Juan Raoul Davis, Johny Rodriquez, December 10, 1951 to May 9, 2025, was an American country music singer. He was a Tejano and Texas country music singer, infusing his music with Latin sounds, and sang selected verses of songs in Spanish. In the 1970s and 1980s, Rodriguez was one of country music's most successful male artists, recording a string of hit songs such as You Always Come Back to Hurting Me, Desperado, Down on the Rio Grande, and Foolin. He recorded 6 #1 country hits in his career. Personal life. Rodriguez was first married to Linda Diane Patterson, a Southern Airways flight attendant from Conyers, Georgia. His second marriage was in 1995 to Lana Nelson, daughter of country singer-songwriter Willie Nelson. That marriage lasted 7 months. His final marriage was to Debbie McNeely, a hair salon owner from San Marcos, Texas in 1998, with whom he had a daughter, Aubrey Ray Rodriguez, born in April 1998. Rodriguez died in San Antonio, Texas at the age of 73 on May 9, 2025, after entering hospice care. Johnny Cash, the legendary Man in Black, left behind an incredible musical legacy and a significant fortune when he passed away in 2003. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated to be around $60 million. Early life. Rodriguez was born to a Mexican-American family in Sabinal, Texas. On December 10, 1951, he was the second youngest in a family of 10 children living in a 4-room house. Growing up in Sabinal, Rodriguez was a good student in school and an altar boy for his church. He was also the captain of his junior high school football team. When Rodriguez was 16 years old, his father died of cancer, and his older brother, Andres, died in an automobile accident the following year. The two incidents had an effect on Rodriguez and he became a troubled teen. In 1969, at age 18, Rodriguez ended up in jail. He sang frequently in his cell and was overheard by Texas Ranger Joaquin Jackson, who was impressed and told promoter Happy Shahan about him. The common story told is that he was arrested after he and some friends were caught stealing and barbecuing a goat, although Jackson would later state that Rodriguez was in jail simply for an unpaid fine. Shahan then hired Johnny to perform at his local tourist attraction called the Alamo Village. During one of his sets in 1971, he came to the attention of country singers Tom T. Hall and Bobby Bare, who encouraged the young singer to go to Nashville, Tennessee. The 21-year-old singer arrived in Nashville with only a guitar in his hand and $14 in his pocket. Citation needed. Hall soon found work for Rodriguez fronting his band as well as writing songs. Less than 1 year later, Hall took Rodriguez to Mercury Records' Nashville division and landed him an audition with the record label. After performing the songs, I Can't Stop Loving You, and If I Left It Up to You, he was offered a contract with Mercury. He signed and began recording in their Nashville studio. Career in the 1970s. After signing with Mercury, his first single to be released was 1972's Pass Me By, If You're Only Passing Through. 1. This recording was a success, going to number 9 on the Hot Country Songs list that year. Rodriguez became the first well-known American of Mexican descent as a country singer. 5. In 1972, Rodriguez was voted the most promising vocalist by the Academy of Country Music. The next year he achieved his first #1 hit song, You Always Come Back to Hurting Me. 1. Another song that year, Ridin' My Thumb to Mexico, written by Rodriguez, was also a #1 hit. Both songs were listed in the Billboard Hot 100. In 1973 his debut album was released, which rose to #1 on the Top Country Albums chart. He was nominated for Male Vocalist of the Year by the CMA Awards. In addition to his success in country music, he also had a role on the television show Adam 12 and made a guest appearance on The Dating Game in 1974. In 1975, all 3 singles he released reached to #1 on the country chart: I Just Can't Get Her Out of My Mind, Just Get Up and Close the Door, and Love Put a Song in My Heart. 1. Rodriguez's success on the country chart continued throughout much of the 1970s. He recorded songs not only written by himself around this time, but also covers of songs such as George Harrison's Something, Linda Hargrove's Just Get Up and Close the Door, Mickey Newberry's Poison Red Berries, and Billy Joe Shaver's Texas Up Here, Tennessee. By 1975, Rodriguez was considered a member of the outlaw country market in country music, like fellow musicians Bobby Bare and Tom T. Hall. Career in the 1980s and 1990s and murder charge. Despite the outlaw movement fading from view in the late 1970s, Rodriguez was determined to stay on top of his game. In 1979 he switched to Epic Records. There he worked with the record producer Billy Sherrill. His first hit from Epic came that year with the number 6 country hit, Down on the Rio Grande. His debut album from the record company was entitled Rodriguez, although all the songs from the album were cover versions. Although Rodriguez did not make the top 10 continuously as in the past, he managed to stay in the top 20, with hits like Fools for Each Other and What'll I Tell Virginia. At the same time, Rodriguez continued to be a popular concert attraction. However, Rodriguez was also having personal problems, due to his drug addiction. In 1982 he did a duet with Zella Lair on the song, Most Beautiful Girl, La Chica Más Linda. The single was released by Columbia Records. In 1983 he went into the top 5 with the hit song Foolin, followed by the top 10 hit, How Could I Love Her So Much. However, by the mid-1980s he was becoming less successful and in 1986 he left Epic Records. In 1987 he signed with Capitol Records for a brief period of time. He had his last major hit in 1988 with I Didn't, Every Chance I Had, which reached number 12 on the country chart. By 1989 he had left Capitol. In August 1998 Rodriguez shot and killed a 28-year-old acquaintance in his Texas home, believing the man to be a burglar. In October 1999 he was acquitted of murder by a jury. In 1993 he recorded an album for Intersound Records called Run for the Border. In the mid-1990s, the indie label High Tone released his album, You Can Say That Again. He continued to tour around the country during this time. In 1996 he turned to another label, Paula Records, which issued One Bar at a Time, but it was unsuccessful. By this time his musical presence was fading from the public view. Awards and recognition. Rodriguez was honored by 3 U.S. presidents, Jimmy Carter, George H. W. Bush and George W. Bush. He played at George H. W. Bush's inaugural ball. On August 18, 2007, Rodriguez was inducted into the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame, located in Carthage, Texas. On October 23, 2010, Rodriguez received the Institute of Hispanic Culture Pioneer Award, in recognition of his accomplishment as the first major Hispanic singer in country music.